Kaiser Permanente is America's largest not-for-profit health system or health plan. Founded in 1945, it's a nonprofit organization, group practice program headquartered in Oakland, California. We serve more than 9 million members in 8 states in the District of Columbia. So for Southern California, in 1987, we had an informal rotational program. Over the years, it developed into a 2-year fellowship consisting of 3 8-month rotations. In 2012, we expanded the program to 6 fellows, when originally it was 2. At the time, we debated about whether or not to consider a 1-year program because we were always at 2 years. And because of the variety of experiences we wanted to provide the fellows, such as the health plan, the hospital, and the medical group functions, as well as the variety of locations, we kept it to a 2-year program. You know, our leaders truly value the fellowship program, and feels it brings great talent to Kaiser Permanente, so much so that we continue to expand in the volume and the variety of degrees we are recruiting from. This past recruitment cycle, we provided offers to 9 candidates. In addition, 4 of them have nursing degrees. We believe this will enhance the diversity of our fellowship program while training future nurse leaders. So in keeping with the 2010 Institute of Medicine report on the future of nursing, this program we hope will give nurse leaders the critical skills to advance and help lead changes in our organization. So for our fellowship structure, our fellows work with our executive leaders in every realm of our integrated healthcare system, including the medical group management, finance, strategic planning, healthcare delivery, and healthcare insurance. They are supported at all levels of the organization. Fellows have a preceptor, an executive leader who mentors them throughout the program. In addition, they are paired with current fellows as well as an alumni buddy when they first start the program. As the program director, I also serve as their administrative leader and thought partner, guiding them through the program in Kaiser Permanente. Our executive sponsors make an effort to host fellowship gatherings to personally get to know them and provide guidance as well. In terms of leadership development, I feel it comes in multiple forms, via exposure, experience, and mentorship. For exposure, they're introduced to executives and leaders throughout Southern California. They attend various leadership meetings and offsite, as well as attend internal and external leadership conferences. With that, they have the ability to see different perspectives, the health plan, the hospital, and the medical group. With experience, they're in a variety of settings and locations, from our medical centers and regional offices. They could be for 8 months at our LA facility, and then come to regional offices, and then for their last rotation be in San Diego. So it's also based on a fellow's career path. If they have an interest in finance or HR, we try to pair them with that executive for that rotation so they can learn more about it. They work on a variety of projects, from strategic planning to process improvement to HR or finance, and they have the ability to manage staff in a department toward the end of their fellowship. And again, with mentorship, again, it's provided at all levels, from our executives, directors, alumni, peer group, and myself. They receive performance feedback as well as additional training. So that was a quick summary of our fellowship program, and I'll end it with a quote from Rosalind Carter. "A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be." So, thank you.
Today, the Cleveland Clinic is comprised of 44,000 caregivers. We're $6 billion in operating revenue. Our primary base of operation is Northeast Ohio, where we have our large academic medical center. We also own 8 community hospitals and have multiple ambulatory surgery centers and family health centers. What is a fellowship, for those of you who may not know? It's actually modeled off of medical residencies and fellowships. And at the Cleveland Clinic, we've had a fellowship for over 40 years. We recruit Masters in Healthcare Administration students and MBA students with concentrations in healthcare. And for us, it's a 1-year program. Melissa has a 2-year program. Ours is 1 year in length, and we take 6 fellows each year. So why do we do this? Well, first, it falls into our educational mission for sure. But we also realize that it is our obligation and responsibility to help prepare the next generation of healthcare leaders. I think there's probably no larger imperative than today the need to really expand administrative fellows and provide that education. Change is happening, transformational change. The pace of that change is truly exponential. And we know that it's going to require innovation and leadership of our next generation's leaders. About 7 years ago, we took a look at our fellowship and we wanted to change things. We didn't think that the 40-year history we had would necessarily prepare leaders for the future. So we took a look at every aspect of our fellowship program. We kept the core of what we thought was great. We definitely tossed out elements, and we added in new elements to help prepare and innovate. And I wanted to share with you today a few of those around our sponsorship, our competency framework, how we align fellows and projects, and leadership development. The support and endorsement of our key leaders at Cleveland Clinic has been enormously helpful. And 7 years ago, our CEO and president, Dr. Toby Cosgrove, really embraced the fellowship, along with our chief of operations, Bill Peacock. And what that does is a couple things. One, it really sets the tone within the organization of the importance of management and leadership education. It engages leaders across the enterprise in educating, and also it's great body language for incoming administrative fellows to share with them the importance that we hold the fellowship program. We also have added a cadre of executive mentors to our fellows, and we match these executive mentors with a one-on-one relationship throughout the year. They meet monthly with the fellows. They serve as their advocates throughout the organization. And they come from a very diverse background. So not only are they have tons of experience in healthcare and offer their insights, but they represent other industries as well, coming from legal and military background. That's been a terrific relationship, not only for the mentees, but for the mentors that extends beyond the year. When we were retooling 7 years ago, we decided we needed to have some type of framework for the fellowship so that we knew where we were going. So to that end, we designed a competency model. And a competency is really defined as a behavior that indicates success. And this has become the backbone for our fellowship program. We did some benchmarking. We looked within healthcare. We looked outside of healthcare. And we validated the model with our alums to see what would really resonate for the group. And it's not a pass-fail, the competencies. So our goal is to bring fellows in and to develop them. So take them from limited proficiency to more expert along each of the competencies. Here you can see the 7 competencies that we've chosen, and really this is our North Star so that we ensure that we're moving fellows and developing them appropriately. We use it to select fellows, we use it to assess them, the fellows self-evaluate, and we hear from their project sponsors, and we'll change things up during the year as well, so if we think someone needs more exposure to gain a competency. We are a project-based learning, so unlike rotational, we're 1 year, we're fast-paced, and we have found that project-based really works the best for us. So to get the most out of that year, we do a couple of things. One, we ask the fellows to come in with their own learning objectives, along with their wish list, areas that they would really like to be exposed to, whether that's strategy or operations. And then each year, a group of us sit down and we design the organizational imperatives for that year. So these are projects that we think the fellows need to be exposed to in order to ensure that they're developing. And you can see in 2014, we had 6 such areas, and our fellows are getting exposed to everything from strategy to value-based care by participating in bundle projects. This is a sample of one of our current fellows' project list. We call it their portfolio. And it's a lot. So you can see the variety of what they're exposed to and the breadth. And it's typically 8 to 10 projects. So not only are they getting deep learning within the projects, but they're also learning an invaluable art of managing priorities, managing expectations, and communicating with sponsors. And so that kind of testing by fire is incredibly helpful to them. We've done a lot of work along leadership development. I wanted to share with you just 6 core areas that we added beyond the experience they get within their projects. The first is around curriculum. We have a learning organization. Actually, Terry Christensen is here with our organization today, and within the Cleveland Clinic Academy, we have incredible coursework. And fellows are able to take that coursework along with our other caregivers, and it's everything from learning financial statements to emotional intelligence 2.0. The core of many fellowship programs, including ours, are exposure. So fellows participate in an executive committee. They do leadership rounding each month. And we also have executive coaching. So we're very fortunate to have an organizational development specialist who works with each of the fellows. And they design a personal development plan. He meets with them regularly, very confidentially as well, and as a team. And they've done exercises such as Strength Finder, where they actually try to focus on asset-based instead of deficit-based thinking. We do deep dive sessions with fellows where we'll talk about, with Cleveland Clinic experts, everything on how we handle medical malpractice to our long-term investment strategy. We will have thinking rounds where as a group we'll come together and talk about topics such as what does integrity mean to us, and workplace gossip, and just kind of have a cohort discussion around that. Lots of presentations and coaching. So communication is a key competency, and we have our fellows formally present to our executive mentors, to our alumni group, and it's tough love. So we're giving them feedback and positive and both opportunities, but in an environment where they feel very supported. And it's tremendous to see the growth that they have in that domain throughout the year. And we end the year with our presentation, our capstone, to our CEO and COO, which the fellows greatly look forward to. The rewards are immense. First and foremost, it has become a superior succession plan for us. So the ability to select and attract really great talent, to take them for a year and really steep them in your organizational culture, have a robust development plan, and they emerge and they're propelled to move forward. Very, very significant for us. And honestly, it's been energizing for our organization. We bring in these young students. They have creative ideas, new ideas, and they bring to us what they've learned in academics. So they're contributing immediately during their fellowship year. Our success metrics over the past 7 years, we've had 26 administrative fellows who've graduated from the program. We do not guarantee job placement, but we're very proud of our track record, and 100% of our fellows have been offered permanent positions. Some have not always accepted. There's girl-boy issues in other cities, but many have had multiple offers from the organization as well. They're very highly sought out, again, because of the depth of preparation and the quality of the fellows. And when we've looked at fellows from 7 years ago, it's not unusual to see someone having 3 promotions along the way. But the most gratifying is really, and unanticipated, is the fellowship family that they've formed. So not only do the 6 fellows form a cohort that's very tight, but they also have a cohort among other fellowships that have graduated. So they serve as informal mentors to each other. They're network within the clinic and outside the clinic as well. And they also have a great impact on the community. We are not LA or New York or Chicago, so the ability to attract young, vibrant talent to the city of Cleveland has been very energizing for us. We have a diverse group of fellows who come. We have fellows from Texas and Staten Island, New York, origins from Hong Kong and Pakistan, and we even have someone from Arkansas coming to the Midwest, so go figure that. They all live downtown. They're very active downtown residents, and they become civic leaders as well. So in ending, I just wanted to thank NCHL for the leadership position they're taking on the Council of Administrative Fellowships. I think the ability to unify us will allow us to propel fellowships, increase the quality and the quantity, and I think it's very exciting. Thank you very much.